So today the topic is Western culture is better than Indian culture in all the fields. Yeah, that goes without saying. There is nothing to prove. Let's talk about what I have to prove here. But let's talk about first. Uh, as I work in a foreign process, it's an American process. It's the U.S. process. So I have been working in there for 8 years.
So that is why you're supporting this? Maybe there wasn't.
No, that's sir's order. It's the reason why I just followed.
I thought you were trying to say you have.
Yeah.
And I said, well,
Same goes for you. So now the thing is that these people, they do not want to do business with the Indian people. They try to avoid it. Why? Because not because of money, not because of the money or the financial things and all. They say that Indian guys, they are not punctual. Even the Indian people, they know better than anyone that they are not punctual, first of all. Then the foreigners, what they do, they try to find out some other escape from that.
such as?
Such as they wanted to do business with, they try to cook it up more.
Yeah.
They try to find it out. That, yeah, 4 or 5 companies, they have to roam around.
Okay.
So that they can find out.
What are the other options they have? Apart from Indians?
No, they're struggling with that. They want to do business with the Indians, but Indians, they are not ready to help themselves. How they can help themselves? They have to be punctual first. They have to be on time first.
Okay.
If they are not on time, so...
Mainak, are you an Indian?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, but you said that they don't want to do business with you. I mean, Indian, right?
Yes.
But they are still working with you. So
I have to be punctual. I have
yes,
to make myself...
and India is known for the software industry, right?
No, so
It's a
I'm
boom.
not done yet.
Yes, I'm saying what you have just
I'm not done
what you
yet.
have just said.
Just started.
We're asking. We're not
Yes, we're not stopping you.
Why? I want to know that, do you represent all Indians? When you say people are not punctual, do you represent everybody?
Yes, I'm learning their culture. That is their culture.
Do you represent all Indians? Do you represent all Indians?
That's what I'm saying.
All right, go on.
See, here I'm representing my better version, not Indians.
No, you just say
yes,
that Indians are not on time. They're
Yes,
not
not on
punctual.
time.
So do you represent
You have
everyone?
to be on time if you want.
Please clarify.
That's what I'm
Expound some
saying.
instances.
I'm
Expound some
clarifying.
instances.
You have to come to the office. You have to log in at time. You have to go for your break on time. You have to come back from your break on time. If you need more clarification from me, I hope you don't. Now the thing is that, so you have to do that. So you have to abide by the rules, which are not bad at all, which does not make you take your worst version out of you. It brings out the good version of yourself, the better version of yourself. Who doesn't want to be the better one? So if you follow that, that would make you the better person. So if you follow the Western culture, you will be the better one. So your culture is, of course, the better one, and adopt another thing. That's the first point. And the second point is adoption. We adopt their culture. They also adopt our culture, our religious stuff. Now, many people, they said, some of the speakers said that in ISKCON, what happened? That the Americans, fellows, girls also there, and some French people also there, they were chanting that,
Hare Krishna,
yes, Lord Krishna's name and all, his incantation. So, if you have that broad mindset, what is wrong, you have that righteousness, along with that, you have that particular decision-making ability in you. And you are able to decide what is good and what is bad. So you are not diminishing yourself when you accept someone else's culture. That is good. And that foreigners, they do. They adopt things which is better, which is good. But we we have good culture. We are not denying that fact. That is a fact. We have a very rich culture and very renowned one, and is the oldest one, the Sanatan Dharma and all. As I'm also a Hindu and a Brahmin, I'm a boy from a Brahmin family. So I know it's a good culture. But the point is, do we practice what we preach? That is the point. But they do. But they do not belong to our country. They belong to a different country, a different world together. Their culture is completely different. Lock, stock, and barrel. But still, they follow our culture. They try to adopt what is better. And I think we have to, being an Indian, we have to learn things from them. How to be, calm, how to be composed, and along with that, how to be, what can I say that? How you can be so humble. Don't be rude. Don't be bullish. Don't be loudish to someone. Keep your nerve always cool and composed and try to be humble. And what is coming to your way, judge that. First of all, you have that mindset. Don't be a big-headed one, but be a staunch person. Be a steadfast one. Don't be someone who just, who doesn't have patience at all. You should have patience. You should have that judgmental ability.
Points, yes.
That's what I said.
You were saying to us.
I have lots of points.
No.
You have this. You just filling with your phone.
Okay.
Okay, I'll come to you.
Okay. So, Mainak, what you have already said, you have told about the country that is India, right, where 1.4 billion people live. And we have multiple religions, multiple cultures. It's called Indian subcontinent, and that's why it is known as Indian culture.
There are also lots of cultures are there.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is,
many cultures.
what I'm trying to say is, but still we live with them, right? We celebrate all of their festivals equally.
We also celebrate in lots of cultures, multicultural.
But
multi-cultures in
you raise those points.
It's a cosmopolitan country.
Mainak, you raise these points, right? That they celebrate and we do not celebrate, or rather we do not value their cultures, right? You have already said that one. That what I am trying to. No, then what?
I didn't say that. I said, don't be a staunch person. I'm sorry. Don't be a someone. Be a staunch person. That's fine. But your decision should be wise enough. Whatever you are picking, whatever you are taking into your bucket, that should be the rational one. Judge first, then you take that. And they are very good at. They are the dab hands at it. They are doing this fashion. So that's what I'm saying. Don't be a pig-headed one. That's what I said. Don't be stiff-necked.
But I mean, now we are comparing Indian culture and the Western culture, right? But
what I'm saying, we are not that.
No.
Adopt things.
How can you say that one? I mean, what are the examples?
Follow the dogmas on.
What are the examples? I mean, where our religious gurus have said that you have to respect each and every religion. That was already told. Our religion has said, especially Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda has said that one on a global stage, that we respect in each and every religion. That is, and this is not a recent one. We are following this culture from a long time, right? So now tell me where you can see that we are facing or we are not adaptive in nature. We adapt each and everything. We take the good things from each and every religion, each and every part, and that is what from the Indian culture. What you are trying to say is not a very recent one. It's one of the oldest cultures.
No, my question is, do we practice what we preach?
Exactly.
In the Gita, it's written. In the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it's written. In the Veda, lots of things are written.
That is the culture.
We know that.
That is the culture. If some people do not follow that, that is a problem with people. Not with the problem with culture. Their comparison is not between. The comparison is not between Indians and the other Western people.
Culture. People make culture.
People make culture.
You don't follow culture.
Yes, that's your problem.
That's going in vain.
That's your problem.
It started going in vain.
But it's not the problem with the culture, right? What you are trying to say that people do not follow. That is another point. That is another topic. That
Who made the country? Who made the country?
people make the country.
If there is no person, if there is no one in the country, can the country be dubbed a country?
So just take the example. You are talking about the tolerance.
Content.
Mohammad, you are talking about tolerance. Yesterday now the USA has attacked Venezuela, has bombed. Have you ever seen any Indian is doing that? Any Indian?
A country.
Yes.
A country.
Yes.
The culture is just a container. Just a container. We are the content of it. We have to
So,
make it.
one second, fine. So this is the where we learn spoken English, right?
Yes.
So if someone speaks Bengali, this is the problem of this institute, or this is the problem with the particular person. Here the rule is written that no one should speak any other language except English, right? If someone speaks Bengali here intentionally, and is it a problem with the class or is it the problem with the student?
How many people?
If I say that's not the reason. Yes, people have spoken.
How many students are here?
So that is not,
They broke the rules.
that is what I'm saying, that it is not a problem with the culture.
Majority, brother, go with the majority first.
Yes, that is what I'm trying to say. That is not the problem with the culture. That is the problem of the people. Your people do not follow the rules. That is the problem of the people. Why are you blaming the culture for this? What culture can do? Culture is only culture is the tradition. What people have been following for a long time.
Culture. Who will carry the
So,
culture?
you also have to consider one point here, as you are blaming the people, or especially the Indians. India were enslaved. India were enslaved for 200 years. India were enslaved for 200 years. Just understand this point. That is only under British. Before that, there were some attacks from different parts, especially the Middle East countries. Right. So say for example, I'm talking one example like Nalanda University, right?
How could you support a country who was not able to save his own self from time to time? Lots of time. You even have given or cited the examples. First, Middle East people, they attacked us. They broke down the door and they came into. And after that, the Britishers, how many times a country was attacked and
previously there was no scope of country.
And it
was province. It was province. So first of all,
you support a
there was no country that one at that point in time. At that point in time, there was no country. There were different kingdoms were there. Right? So how can you consider it as a country? But the fact is what we call it India. No.
First you stepped forward and then...
No. That is what. See, why Indian culture? What is the origin of India? What is the origin of India? Because it is the river called Indus, right? From there, those who are living that particular place, that is known as Indian civilization, right? So it is known as Indian civilization. It's not about that the country of India, right? Country of India country, or whatever you say. It was born in 1947. Before that, it was that was the Indian subcontinent, whatever you want to say, civilization, whatever you want to say. But there was no concept of country. But as well, community was there. Unity was there. Unity was there. But again, I am saying that Moinat, again I have said Moinat. Again, what I am trying to say is that for some people's fault, you cannot blame the particular culture. Yes, you can find a person like Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj who fought, who was actually, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was actually the pioneer of Indian Navy. You can understand that, right?
I respect him. I respect him.
Then why are you blaming our culture here? Why are you blaming the culture?
No. I'm not saying that. My point is, whenever we try to find out an example, why would we have to lag behind those days, like those eras? We have to take examples from Swami Vivekananda, because why do you know? Because after that, I mean, I don't know, the brave people or the plucky ones, they stopped, they stopped, they were not able to born. I mean, they were not born. Yeah, they're not progressing. They came to time of stuck to there. Whenever we started clarifying ourselves, whenever Indian, we are the Indian, we are the bravest, Chhatrapati Shivaji. We took the example of Swami Vivekananda. We took the example, that's fine. And after that,
because after that only
stopped.
After that, what is the time of Swami Vivekananda, Thakur Sri Ramakrishna? At the starting of, I mean, say for example, before, I mean, at the time of the British occupancy.
But still, Britishers at that point,
at the time
when Rabindranath Tagore was there, okay, when Ramon Ray was there, but still, Britishers, they were able to rule over India. When Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was there, still, he was a very brave fighter, right? He did a lot of stuff for India, but still, Britishers, they were able to rule over India. Because
I mean, man. When Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was there, that was the last time for, I mean, what you can say, that was like last time for British. I mean, after, I mean, say for example, it was around 5 to 7 years.
A country had been ruled for 200 years. How could you say that?
Again, that is what I said. That was not a country first. It was a region. It was not a. It was a. When the country was formed, it was a
subcontinent.
Subcontinent, you can say.
Was there.
Subcontinent was there, but yes,
was there.
But at that point in time, how
it was a country.
That was a different. It was.
Vivekananda was from India.
No. It was the amalgamation of different continents.
Yes, it's
so different kingdoms. Sorry, amalgamation of different kingdoms. Bengal was a province. Bengal was a province. No. That is what Indian subcontinent was. Indian subcontinent was referred at that point in time. That was that.
Oh, sorry.
That was the Indian subcontinent.
I'm sorry.
Which subcontinent you are going to talk about? We are going to talk about the Swami Vivekananda. While this particular gentleman wanted to spread across the globe the spiritualism in Hinduism way, at the time, any single Indian citizen from the Bengal appreciated him. Do you know the story when he has boarded the ship? At the time, he used to accept the garland of different shoes. Why? He is not the son of the soil. He was. So ultimately, what happened?
Then why Jesus Christ? No, one question.
That's not a question.
You said about Swami Vivekananda.
Indian culture is the best culture.
No.
So you cannot bring any other culture.
Then
you need to know
why
what a person has done for this country.
Just one question.
What a person has preached. So ultimately, what happened?
Why Jesus Christ was crucified? Just one answer this one. As you are saying, we do not love Swami Vivekananda. Then why it was crucified?
To cover up my question, you are putting on my statement another one question. That is not the thing. Now the question is that you are going to talk about the Indian culture is great. I do accept whatever you are telling for the time being. But my question is to you: is there any Indian who has appreciated? If I am not wrong, the record is recorded. What had happened with Swami Vivekananda, I think that you know very well. So now still, do you think that Indian culture is great? And Indian culture is not particular one culture. Do you know there are how many states in our country? Do you know there are how many languages spoken in our country?
32 official languages, 28 states.
Yes. So do you know that how many rituals are followed in different states?
32.
22.
Yeah.
So now do you think so individually, are they equal or different? Individually, are they equal or different?
That's why we call it unity in diversity.
Yes, now the question is that, that be the thing, so why Indians are not going to be united?
But we are united. We are united, right?
Whenever there is a raising a question, whenever they are raising a
In this class,
against the country,
I'll show you. Let me show you. Right? In this class, you see the photo of Jesus Christ, and he's a Brahmin.
yes.
Right? The chairperson of the Brahmin. So you need in diversity, man.
I didn't tell that Indian culture is not at all bad.
Okay.
Even my co-speaker also didn't tell.
Alright.
But whenever the question comes of greatness, whenever the question comes of greatness, at that particular point in time, we need to see that what is the great one. The thing is that what is the greatness that we need to see. Now the question is that what is called culture? Culture is simply a hub which continent different group.
Okay.
What are the groups? First comes the language. Second one comes the ritual. Third one comes the behavior, how you behave towards someone.
Okay.
Second one comes the culture into which you are going to be some like custom. So like that there are many things. So now into which you are great. Into which you are great. Now for example, in the Indian system, there is a well which is actually killing the young generation.
Tell me about that. Okay.
Yes. In Indian culture, there is a thing which is grossly chopping the mind of the young generation from the parents side. I don't know how much it will be right to say that giving the back support of the financial for the future. My dear, don't worry, your future is fixed. Bank balance is very fixed deposited for you. But whereas it is in the Western culture, whenever the child turns into 18,
18. You are-
18,
Okay.
so at that time, they please go out and please look after your food. We are not ready to provide. I'm not telling that it should be implemented, but if at the very beginning, if at the initial time, if a child does not understand what is the reality of life, it is quite important.
No, stop.
Yes.
Okay. All right. There's a group. There is a group. The name of the group is JSW, right? That's a billionaire. The owner of that company is a billionaire, right? So what happened? His son took to the church of the company, right? So what he did, he sent his son and told him that we would have to work in different areas of our country, right? You can't stay in one area for more than 7 days, and you can't work for one thing for more than 7 days. So if you want to be at the home, then you would have to work there. So he's not any Tom, Dick and Harry. He's the son of a billionaire, right? So that guy did the same. Here the mentality is like that. We don't have to take the appointments from our parents to talk to them. Americans do have to. We do not have to say that.
For your kind information, that particular son went to States of America to study, right?
So
Because of the better opportunity they're providing.
No, not for the better opportunities. Not for the better opportunities. Because he said that some people also supported him. That after Swami Vivekananda, the country is not producing so many people like him. Right? What about Sundar Pichai? Have you seen Rishi Sunak in 2022 when he showed up at Parliament, in Parliament House of the United Kingdom with a dog? When the dogs were not allowed by the Britishers in the continent of India, but Rishi Sunak, the son of, his dad was from our country, right? So he showed up with a dog. That is the power. The Sundar Pichai, head of Google, right? Wait. Sundar Pichai, right? No, you said no. The country is not producing people like him. Right? You said, right? So not.
Had Britishers been there and the states had been taken by that person, then you could have said that.
Had Britishers.
Yes. Britishers were not there.
You are kind of early right now. Right? Let me say. The point is,
you cannot get my point.
Explain the point.
So that
what is your point?
My point is, when that happened, when that incident happened, when he went there with the dog.
In 2022.
22. Was not there. Had Britishers been there, and he did the same.
No. Okay, let me give you one example. I have no. What is that? It's just he's not Indian. He's not chanting like this boy. No, Satya Nadella. He was from India. He was a scholar of the IIT. You talk about Satya Nadella. You talk about Vishwanath. You talk about Sundar Pichai. Right. India is the power of CEOs. It is the power of the CEOs. And you are working for the United States, right? You have been working for the United States. Right.
Why didn't we?
Right.
Why invented it? If you are loving so much about it, why not? We are discussing.
We are not discussing moving the problem. Right. We are talking about which country is better. Which country is better. Right. India is the thousands of years. Right. It is the power of the thousands of years. We talk about yoga. Right. We have been celebrating yoga for a long span of time. He has invented yoga. He has invented meditation. India was Stranger Things. You understand the power of mind. You have invented that. You have taught the world that you can work with your mind. Who has taught the world? This country has taught the world. Where you are standing right now. No, I'm not talking about the future. I'm talking about the fact. I'm not talking about that. This is the meditation is the power. You know that, right? You know that. You will know that. No. Meditation is power. Yes. But not in one way. Come on. You can't be so stupid. You can't be so stupid right now. You can't be so stupid. Obviously, you have to rule the youth. You have to rule the entire country. And that is why we have to improve our soft power.
That's why I'm saying that why the billionaires they went to the foreign countries.
No, the point is. I think these unschooled people do not know about soft power. Yes, I'm telling you. Are you a good listener? I'm telling you. Have you heard of soft power? Soft power, do you know soft power? What is called soft power? Do you know that the United States of India is enjoying the soft power across the globe? Why do you know? Because they have the CEO, they have the military power, they have the military mighty. Why? Because we also have soft power to really use over the country of the globe. That is why we have to send our people to different nations to have the soft power, so that whatever we say, people have to listen to us, and people are listening to us. That's why Google is investing billions of dollars in the Republic of India, not in the United States of America.
They are investing in Republic of China as well. They are investing in Pakistan as well. Knowing very well they are our enemies. How great is that?
That is what we are not talking about. Let's say that China is not the Western culture. China is not the Western culture. We are discussing right now the Western culture. So let me focus on Western culture, not the Chinese culture.
Let's talk about women empowerment. China is Easter. No.
I think he doesn't know that.
If you take every Eastern country
now he's proving himself a real city. He's proving himself a real city, man. Come on, get not a mess on the bed.
The topic is Indian culture versus Western.
Yes,
So
We can compete himself. We are Indians, we can compete in. We are Indians, we can compete in. Sorry.
If you talk about the Western country called New Zealand, that particular country allowed women to vote in the very first time, in the year of 1892. This talk was now we are still struggling to simply give some seats to the parliament for the women.
Oh my God! This land is called the mother of India. This land is called. We do not need to provide that. We have to. No, remember, before New Zealand, have you ever seen any human prime minister? Have you ever seen any president? You want me? Have you ever seen the president? You are not a United States of America. Have you ever seen that? No. Have you ever seen any president who was a woman in the United States of America? Have you ever seen that? No, you have never seen. No, you have never seen. We have the prime minister Adam Lady. No, we have the prime minister Adam Lady.
Yes, sir, you are talking about the Western culture, right?
he is saying you may count that, but the question is remember.
No, remember all the time. I can take us all Indian. I can take us.
Some of these answer with as we talk about Western culture. I said there are many countries in Western culture. Yes,
I can counter human empowerment.
There are many countries where they have the presidents are women. The presidents are women. If you talk about New Zealand, if you talk about many other countries where the presidents are women, he's talking about all the United States of America. Just talk about that.
Which country?
Yes.
Which country? New Zealand. I'm talking about human empowerment. You talk about now. You want to come here? Then go back. Right, so let's continue, don't worry. She's also an Indian, she knows that beauty. Right, the point is, he was talking about women empowerment. This country is known as Mother India. First point. The second point is, we have never seen any president, any place of the United States of America who was a woman, right? We have never seen. But in 1976, we got the Iron Lady, Indira Gandhi, who broke Pakistan in 2 laps. Right? That is called women empowerment. We had so many presidents who were women. Last president we got that is Pratibha Patel. We got that. Have you ever seen any CM like Mamata Banerjee who can use like this? Right? No, we have to talk about it. Vice president doesn't have any power. I mean, have some interest. Have some self-interest. No, I don't fall into it. I'm an Indian, don't worry. Right. Now who speak? Anyone? Who can tell me? Oh, come.
So, how we are not going to wrestle with each other?
Oh, you have been doing that. You have been doing that.
No, I speak different. You are using the you cannot understand which culture simply allows more freedom and diversity, and if you talk about all things that which culture simply attracts you. So just because of that reason, you get to see many Indians are simply voluntarily simply accept Western culture. Why? You simply just look at ourselves. We simply accept so many foreign culture, especially the Western culture. Why? Because we understand that simply gives us freedom, equality. But where we have been suppressed by our own culture, we have been seeing in this particular person. If we just talk about the practice of service, it was there in our culture just because of the foreign people just they get together of the foreign people and simply abolish that particular culture. So there are many things, if you talk about that multiple marriages, we adopted there, even we wore that pair of jeans. It came from Tennessee. It came from Georgia. You are talking about a point. Yes, there are many things. Talk about the reforms that have been, the reforms that have been made in our society in the good of will of the people. Just because of that reason, because we accept it, we understand which culture simply gives out that reality, the real point. That if you talk about the Indian culture, there are certain things definitely good, but yes, definitely there are many things. Not only practice of culture, there are many things that simply the Britishers simply allowed, helped the reformers to simply abolish the particular, the practices that they have been preaching for a long period of time. Definitely, look, if you understand, look, how do you understand which one? Suppose if you're going to a school. Which school is the best in our locality? From where most of the graduates come? From which college most of the graduates come? That's why we simply call him that this college is the best, this school is the best. You have to understand the majority of people. You'll get to see that in every society there are some good number of people. You cannot simply overshadow that, right? So you have to understand that which simply cultures. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
No.
Were of course set up by the British.
Yes.
Right.
No, not only. There are many things. Yes. Look, we have some loopholes, many loopholes. Just because of that reason, they simply came over here and overpowered us. Just because of that reason, we could not go and simply overpower them. Have you ever seen? Have you ever heard that England was occupied by other people? You never get to see that. The United States of America was occupied by other people. You never get to see that. You never saw that because of their culture.
You have some wrong piece of information, man, about the United States.
Yeah.
All right, let me tell you something, sir. Here, recently we celebrated 31st January, right? We happen to find 31st December, sorry. All right, we happen to find that one mommy was really strung out and strung out at a funeral, right? On the other hand, her 4-year-old baby boy was crying on the road. What is that? Isn't that Indian culture you're representing? No, we are not doing that. It is not the Indian culture we are representing. It is the American culture we are adopting every day. Right? How many people, you know very well, how many people are, chasing the dragon in the United States of America every day? The number is 70.5 million people, right? Which is almost 7 crores, right? These people are every day chasing the dragon. In the United States of America, we talk about that is the superpower. That superpower, because we don't have any right now. Recently, the United States of America, what did they do right now in Venezuela? We know very well. Nicolas Maduro was captured by the United States of America, and they destroyed. There are people.
You are talking about the way in which the Western culture has contributed towards our culture.
Sir,
You mean to say that Western culture has corrupted Indian culture?
obviously, without a doubt, because say for example, sir, maybe you have 10 lakhs in your bank account, right? Please, can you give me 1 lakh? I could do something. Can you give me 10 lakhs? I can do something for you by giving you 1 lakh back. This is that calculation is talking about. Right? We used to be a golden god. Right? They looted us. They have been looting us for 200 damn years. And what they did? What they did? We are talking about Lord William Denton, but we are talking about Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Let us talk about that person. He's talking about women empowerment. Do you feel that our women are not empowered? How they are trying to empower themselves? By having their subscriptions on OnlyFans? By selling their new videos on OnlyFans and on Instagram to subscribe to our channel by saying that? This is what the empowerment is? What is the empowerment? The women who are working in Israel, that is the empowerment. Many women helped us to reach the moon, the North Pole of moon. We reached with the help of many women. That is the real empowerment.
Indian culture.
Obviously, we know very well we know very well how to do the things at cheap price. We may have to pay thousands of crores to get that. They spend millions of dollars. Huh? No, economy. You're talking about the economy.
Yes.
You're talking about the economy by looting a gold bar.
Oh, yes, that is what. If your culture is that much strong, then why did you simply allow us to get into your own culture? Then why did you accept with your broad hands?
No.
Just think about how brave their people are. Rather rare. If you talk about when British used to rule India, they had maximum number of Indians in their army. Just talk about that. With Indians, they capture their neighbor region, now part of their region. That much strong your culture is. You're talking about that? Just think about that. Just talk about that. If your culture, if you're that much good in what is considered reaching culture, just talk about that. Your culture allowed to simply, the quality of brothers, your own brothers, not about your cousin, your own brother. Just talk about your culture.
I really have a strong point here right now.
Yes.
Someone was talking about Mother Teresa. Who was talking about? I don't know. Right. Many people say that she was a noble lady. Although I do respect your behavior and support that you have in your mentality. But let me tell you one thing. There was a doctor at the point in time in 1919. Right. And his name was Arvind Chatterjee, and he was staying in the United Kingdom at the point in time in 1990. Right. So he found that. Okay, so he found found Mother Teresa's work really interesting, and he came to our country to understand the work of Mother Teresa.
Who came to our country?
Huh?
Who came to our country?
Dr. Arvind Chatterjee from the United Kingdom. Right. He came to our country to understand that, right? But what he found, the way Mother Teresa was trying to baptize people without their notice, without their understanding. Right? I think this is not mentioned by me. This is mentioned by Christopher Hitchens, who had written the book, The Missionary of Position. This book is available on the internet. You can find it. Right? So it is not like she had been doing some good work. I do understand that. I do support it. But can you tell me 3 facts of Mother Teresa? Okay, fine. Let me boil it down. Let me boil it down to only one fact. Apart from being, she was a Catholic man, and she was not an Indian. She was just a Catholic man who came to our country to convert us into Christianity. Is there any other way to talk about that? No. We do volunteer so many things. We do volunteer. We love to smoke. We love to having drugs. We love to, hit the sauce. Is it good? Are these things good? Do you think that if everyone is doing that, does it mean that this thing is good? It's not so. It is not so. If everyone is doing, doesn't mean that it is good. It is well enough. It is wise enough. It's not so. Someone was talking about superstitions, credulity. You know what? The companies of Elon Musk, everything starts with X. Right? The numerology of X is 9.
Tesla. Please can you explain Tesla? X from X.
X, yeah, Tesla.
Tesla.
Now count it.
Yeah.
Count it.
Yeah.
Count it.
Yeah, yeah.
If you count all the letters, you will get 9.
No, okay.
Do this. I'm talking about. Then I told that X is equal to 9.
X equal to 9.
Right.
Oh.
Count it.
How?
According to numerology. According to numerology, count it.
Now you have
Right. No, do you have time? Do you have time to teach you numerology? Right. You don't have, right? So there's a superstition he was talking about. Someone was talking about superstitions of community, right?
Starling.
Right. Right. Again X.
Yes.
Again X. You have everything. Everything has X.
My
X is equal to 9. Do I have time to teach you? Right. It is. Superstition he's talking about.
Starling is equal to X, please. He simply telling
No, I'm talking about the number. No. I'm talking about the number 9. I'm talking about number 9. Numerology. I'm talking about numerology that they believe in.
No, 9.
Focus on numerology. Focus on numerology. Right. Count it. Letters. All the letters. A equal to what? A equal to 1. Now count it. I'm coming to you.
Then how it come?
Count it. I'm coming to you. Count it.
It's not true.
1 plus 2 equal to 2.
Whoever is simply providing some information, he has
No. Elon Musk has said himself. Elon Musk has said himself. No.
It's not my responsibility. Simply listen.
No, I'm telling you, sir. How did I come to know that? There was a recent interview with Nikhil Kamar, who was the founder of Toyota. He had an interview on YouTube. You will find that, right? He mentioned those things. I'm not mentioning those things. He mentioned himself, right? Also, he mentioned that there are only 2 genders. We mess with all the genders, right? We feel that there are more genders than 2, right? But he said that apart from 2 genders, other things are mental illnesses, right? Or diseases.
No, it's
right?
past.
So, wait.
It's in past. Past in the lower house or an upper house.
Which one?
Like, he simply accept all the genders.
We are talking about the mentality.
No, he's talking about the
Yeah, I am talking about the mentality from the very beginning. I am talking about the mentality that Elon Musk He's law.
You have to grasp the part of law.
Which law? Which law?
Talking about
Do you feel that we should respect all the genders? Do you feel that? But Americans don't feel that. That is the mental illness.
Yes.
Do you feel that? It's a disease. It is not a disease. Everyone should get the responsibility. Everyone should get the right.
You accept all the genders, apart from this, male and female, you should simply come with the law and simply pass it in the lower house and the upper house. Then why would you do that?
No. He is talking about the parliament of a country. But that is not what we are not talking about that. We are talking about mentality. He is not getting it. He is not here, Sushi sir. He is not getting it right now. I'm talking about the mentality. He is talking about the court. He is talking about parliament. He is talking about the financial of a country. He is talking about the president of a country. My God. Pass it. What the fuck? Mentality, how to pass the mentality? He should respect that.
No, so then let me.
I have understood your points. Now you are talking on one point, he is talking on another point.
Yes.
Nobody is trying to refute the other person. That's the thing. That's the problem we have get.
So I would like to tell about one thing, and my opponent team members, they were telling about the defense system, which is very crucial for a country. Now the question is that whoever be the Prime Minister, whoever be the Chief Minister of a state, so what is the main focus should be of the motor should be? Or should be the modus operandi? So this is the culture. Let me complete. Because this is the culture. At the end you will understand. Okay. But let me continue. Okay. Now the fact is that I truly respect that India has certain millions of people, those who are from the feminine. I respect Madam Indira Gandhi. I respect President Pratima Patel. I respect our West Bengal CM, Madam Mamata Banerjee. I respect the present President Draupadi Murmu. Okay, let's go. Now the question is that if there are so many great people, at present India is the largest populated country all over the world, if I am not wrong. He's on the ground, then why the girls are brutally tortured? Why the girls are brutally killed? Why the girls are brutally molested here and there, like anything? And now we are talking about the defense system. What defense system we are going to talk about? When our neighboring country has attacked certain innocent people, the
See, government has taken certain statement at that time based on which, in this way, Indian culture can be great.
Why did you stop him?
Where is it? No, I'm not on the wrong track. I'm absolutely on the right track. But I'm going to give my opponent what is what. I'm trying to make him understand.
Okay, I got it.
That he held the end of the wrong step. So for that reason, I would like to know under which evidence, under which conclusion they want to say that Indian culture is great. If that be the case, then why this brain drain system started? Under which law and order? People are going for higher study. Why? Just because they want to fly. They don't want to stay in India. Why? What is the reason? What is the bad in this point? The government were having this country. They did everything. They have completed school, colleges, everything. But still, they don't want to stay. Recently, Virat Kohli has shifted. Why? What is the reason? What is the reason? He wants comfort zone because he wants his safety. So that is the main thing. So in this way, my opponent team member, they think that Indian culture is a great culture. There's no doubt about it. Indian culture, there are certain cultures where absolutely great. When you will be listening on the day of Mohalla, early morning 4 o'clock, the greatest voice, the Mohalla is going to start. Isn't it good? Absolutely good. But in all the sectors cannot be because our topic is in all the fields. There are certain fields where Indian culture is absolutely great. Across the globe, they are praising. No, India is a particular one country where there are many religion-wise, they celebrate different sort of festivals. India is one of the country.
So what is the topic?
Western culture is a great.
You watching culture? What's going on?
Western culture is the greater than the Indian culture in all the fields. In all the fields.
If you say that no, you want to be the Indian culture is superior, then you accept.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell.
I'm telling
You are
that
saying that in the field of spiritualism, Indian culture is superior.
till now I haven't said my own body. Whatever till now I have said from the very beginning, at present, each and everything from my opponent's speaker's point of view. So now I am going to give your point of view. My point of view is our point of view. Yes, Western culture is absolutely different and it is unique. How? Now the question is that how and why? Just because we know very well, whenever India has ruled, India ruled by the Britishers. At the time we knew
India ruled or India?
India is ruled by the Britishers.
Is ruled.
Yes. Now I am going to talk about present. It was past. So India was ruled by the Britishers. So now at that time there was nothing in our country. There was nothing in our culture.
Nothing in our culture?
Nothing was in our culture united.
I'm sorry, means there was no Indian culture.
There was, but it was not well means strong.
It was not strong.
Whatever our
Then who invented zero? Who was the father of what is that called? Algebra. Who was
inventing something is the scientist.
No, you are talking about culture. When all of the world believed that Earth is a flat place, India only believed that Earth was round. Don't you think it is not the resultant of a great culture?
Now, who scientist is going to invent something?
Mm-hmm.
So far I know, it doesn't come under culture.
India,
Because I have already said culture is the heart. Surrounding culture.
this is the part. This is also part of our culture, right? Science and inventions are the part of culture, right? Then why he is trying to say that we do not have any culture? What is it? Exactly, that is what I am trying to say. That why then how it was invented? How Nalanda University was the best university at that point in time? Do you have any kind of answer for this? Yes. And again, there was some kind of that kind of books were present. Again, I don't know that person. It was I forgot the ruler's name who destroyed this Nalanda University, but it was. Yes, but that was the best university at that point in time. Not only Nalanda, there was Taxila University was there. That was India was a great cultural hub at that point in time.
Was.
But it was destroyed.
At present,
Destroyed. It was destroyed.
At that time, there were many things.
No, you just said
At present, what is the
taking your point, you just said India had no culture before British.
Yes, still
Before British were available, right?
One I will find. Yes. Carry on, please. Carry on.
First of all, sir, Isaac Newton also invented the law of gravitation. That doesn't prove that I am better than him, he is better than me. I mean, many people, they invented many things. Some people,
Many things.
they are Indians. Many things, sir. Some people, they are Indian, and some people, they are foreign. They are from the West. That doesn't prove that I am better than him. Indian culture is better than him. The Indian attires that we wore, jeans, pair of jeans, jacket that we wore, the language we wore, everything, it comes from the Western culture. We're not learning any Indian language over here. We're learning the foreign language. For what? Because we want to develop our skills, our abilities, so that we can get good jobs. At least we can establish ourselves. Why we hanker after something which comes from Western culture. That is the biggest proof. That the Western culture, they have the great exposure. For that reason, we are taking their things. This is not
What is the language we learn? I mean, we are learning here English, right? So English is spoken in only England, right? And from there,
not
from
only
England,
England, not only
no,
England,
just think.
Western countries,
Western
Australia, New Zealand.
How did that have come? That was colonized. In Australia, New Zealand, both were colonized by English. British colony. You know that was also British colony, right? It was independent. Was for British. They are the no, they were right. So what it is happening, because as they were colonized by Britishers, that's why the English is considered as the widely spread language, and that's why as Sharon already said that we are in the global, right? We are in a global village. It's a global village, right? We need to communicate to each other. So that's why English is mostly spoken language. That's why we have to learn English, right? Yes. There is no other option. Well, then, as in your first,
But that is not
in your first point, Moina, just in your first point, you said we do not know adaptability. We are learning a new language. We are learning a new style. Because we talk to them, just to talk to them, just to communicate to them. So how can you say that Indian culture doesn't allow you to adapt?
No. We adopt things. We adopt negative things. We adopt
So learning English is a negative thing,
not this one, but a lot of stuff are there.
such as
So
that means those cultures. Those cultures do have this. That means those cultures do have these problems, right? Which Indian culture do not have. That means those cultures do have this one.
Every coin has two sides. Everyone has negative and positive too.
Okay.
What we follow.
No, Moinak, 1 second. Just Moinak, I will take your one point. Moinak, you said what is wrong with their culture? No, actually I am talking to you. Moinak, just listen. Just let me finish my point. Moinak, when you just said what was wrong with their culture, they are learning from our side, right? From Indian culture, right? That means Indian culture was better than particular culture, particular position. You have said
Better not. I didn't compare things.
You have said why you are learning? Why they are learning that? Why the Britishers or whatever Western people are learning the Indian culture?
They have that grace.
Why? What is the reason? What is the reason?
That is their culture to be brought
No. If their culture is perfect, then why are they learning from Indian culture?
They're broad-minded.
You know that you are saying that the British people were colonized everywhere, and for that reason he's saying that we are learning English. But you are saying that is because of their greatness that we are learning English, their language. But he is willing to say that it is not because of their greatness, but because of their aggressive nature of colonizing in different countries. That this language has been spread far and wide.
Even sir in China, people they are using Chinese.
Yes.
When in the official way, Japanese, they use Japanese. They do not use English. They have interpreter. They do not themselves, they do not use that. Why we do not follow that? How do I say that we Indians are better than them when we are, ruining our own selves, our own culture?
Again, you are contradicting your own point. Again, you are contradicting your own point and adaptability. You are saying that we do not like adaptability, right?
We're good at it.
No, you are saying that Chinese people do not learn English, right? You have said that. That means
I
Okay.
answered Sir's question.
yes,
Sir said
but
that
when we are trying to learn
they
adaptability,
imposed upon us
Well,
English language.
yeah.
They imposed upon different colonies.
Exactly.
Now it turns into Australia, it
Mhm.
turns into Kiwi, like
Okay.
New Zealand, it turns into other English speaking countries.
Mhm.
But where the Chinese people, where the Japanese, where the African people, they're also speaking in their own their colloquial terms, their colloquial languages. Where we Indian are lagging behind. Why we do not use our own languages?
What is
We have
our
several
what is our language? If we talk about in India, what is our main language? What is it? Several languages. Then how can we communicate to each other? If we learn, as you have said, that adaptability is a good point. Then if we are adapting a new language, then what is wrong with it?
Then pick among them. Then pick among all those Indian languages. You should pick one. Why
We don't.
should we opt for the English?
Because we have to communicate to each other. We have to show the business, right?
That is
For the home and abroad.
Yes.
But
So
Chinese, they do not-
why Chinese people already there is a language called Chinese, right?
We have different languages.
Yes, fine.
So there are different languages. Then why are we simply opting for a different language that is from Western culture? Then why we are not selecting a single language that is in our culture?
Ripon,
That is my point.
Then, Ripon, listen. So you got a chance to learn different languages, right? But you have come here to learn spoken English.
Yes.
What is the reason? Because you can communicate to outside of India also, even in India as well. So
Make the
which
one
one
like this.
you will choose?
Make the one like this.
No, why? Let me give you the answer.
That Western culture is more Western culture is better than our own culture.
Let's talk about
Now let's talk about what Western culture gives us. If we talk about work-life balance, I simply there are many people in this class those who are working on MNCs. That's if you talk about when you are simply dealing with a foreign client, you'll get to see that they simply maintain their work-life balance very well.
Even the Indian themselves, they avoid the Indian companies.
Yes.
They want to work in the foreign companies. Why? Because the payment, there is no
Payment.
cheap. Yes. They're the deceivers. They would say that the first or second Indian companies, they said that the first or the second of every month you will be getting paid. I was a scapegoat. I faced it. Reason why I'm telling you. So reason why I try to learn this language. Obviously, I dote on this language. Goes without saying. But profession also, I have to run my family as well. I have to feed myself. I have to be independent. So for that reason, I adopt this language and I started working with a
Your
foreign.
message is understood. Let me deliver your message to Malik. He is saying that Indians are not good employers, but the foreigners and Westerners are better employers than the Indian employers.
Okay, no.
That's the work culture. He's talking about the work culture.
Oh, there are three types of visa in the United States of America, B1 and B2. Recently, Mr. Donald Trump has cancelled these two visas. Visas can be said? Visas, right. Why? Because Indians are going to the United States of America and getting their jobs because they are good at everything. They're good at this language, you spoke a lot, right? So they are good at everything. We Indians are good at everything. Now he was talking about the Chinese are not Chinese are not speaking English. Why? Because they love the language. We love our languages. I love my Bengali. The reason why I tell you, why I don't need to learn my own Bengali only, I have to learn other language so that I don't have to carry my brother, Shan, please let's go and you will be narrating. You will be translating my things into English. I don't have to do that. I can do it myself. I am good at it. I am good at everything. That's why Indians are going to the United States of America and reading the news. There are so many Indians who are MPs. There are so many Indians who are the CEOs. in different Western countries. Obviously, go without saying, this is not only said by me, this is said by the owners of different Western companies.
No, sir. He's probably, simply it's a black and white, and
Black and white,
yes,
prove it.
because yes, a different.
Take the responsibility and prove it.
Yes, because
Prove it.
when we spoke, we didn't say.
No, he has to know.
What is the participating in that debate is not to avoid saying that he just.
No, sir, definitely.
No, he has to prove it, sir. He has to prove it.
The same message.
Right.
One way that different like
No,
he is corrupting the.
No, it is the truth. Sir. I tell you, this is the truth. This is, sir.
Everybody. And for that, it will be reflected here. That's why I'm telling you, it is not very rude.
No, what I'm trying to tell you, sir. What I'm trying to tell you, I have given the truth, sir.
I'm correcting you, so that they
Sir. One point I like to add here. What I talk.
When you are people participating in the debate, what you should use, what is not.
I know every word. You don't need to teach me that.
That is the thing.
Sir, one thing I tell you here.
Donald Trump did not say that Indians are very much good at everything just because of reason we have to.
Why the B1 and B2 business are country? Tell him.
Because
Let me answer.
simply when we are hiring an Indian
Okay.
employee, he is working at the cheapest price. Whether we simply as an employer, I suppose I'm the employer in the United States. Suppose I'm simply hiring an American person or American individual, he is simply charging $1,20,000 per year. Whereas the same amount of work is being done at the cost of $1,000. Means $1 lakh.
Is it a problem?
Yes, that is the problem.
Is it a problem?
As an employer, where should I simply go? Should I simply should I go for the cheaper one?
And people tired and people are tired. They need for a career. Why?
So today our topic is Western culture. Culture is far better than Indian culture. So I think that Indian culture is far better than Western culture because the traditions we have, the clothes we have, the food we have is good. Many foreigners come to India. Many foreigners come to India, visit India. They are to see Durga Puja, Kumbh Mela.
Fair. Mela can say, Mela is open, but only Mela cannot be used. Why use only Mela? That is why. But Kumbh Mela is the proper now. Correct.
Yes, so Indian culture is far better than Western culture. Thank you.
Thank you very much.